Critical race theory, in the literal sense, refers to works by like Derek Bell and Kimberly Crenshaw. Literally, Kimberly Crenshaw wrote a book called Critical Race Theory where she talks about what it means. And they describe it as the analysis of the intersection of race and the legal system is a simplified way of putting it. However, critical race theory in practice or praxis or critical race applied principles are what people are protesting at schools. All of a sudden, their kids come home and say, Mom, they segregated us by race. And the parents say, why? And they say, I don't know, social justice or something. All of a sudden, we're learning about minority children saying they feel less than. They feel like they aren't good enough, and they're told they can't be with their white classmates. Now, that's crazy. In one school, the principal actually segregated the black students from the white students, creating different classrooms. That's how insane this ideology has become. When parents hear that, they say, naturally, yo, I'm not okay with this. What happens? The propaganda machine of the mainstream media and big tech comes out and says, there is no critical race theory in schools. Critical race theory is legal, scholarly works. That's taught in college. Name one school teaching critical race theory. There's dozens of books. There's probably hundreds of schools because there's hundreds of protests. But they're doing what's called critical race praxis. What does that mean? Instead of telling you, here's what Kimberly Crenshaw and Derek Bell have said, they'll give you a math problem. John is stopped by the police 17 times per year, but Josiah is stopped 493. And they'll show a picture of a white guy and a black guy. And they'll be like, what percent more or how many times more was, Josiah stopped? And they're implementing these ideological narratives and this dogma into the classwork. Parents are freaking out. Now this is where it gets crazy. Harassment? Now I'll tell you this. I started this segment by making this sort of like joke, right? If there was a fight at a bar, would the feds get involved? Okay. Let's say there were a handful of bars across the country and people were complaining about them, doing something objectionable. Would the feds get involved with local harassment? Is this really the job of the DOJ to be like, I heard that a parent was harassing another parent?
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this what do you call it? Hate crime thing. This new term that's being overly used, I think, is devastating because it gives the federal government authority to like step in and make a bigger deal out of something than maybe what it actually was.
They can just say your intent was this, therefore. How do you prove? It's the craziest thing.